to T-Bone's Best of Roanoke show. Music, comedy, and conversation featuring HB, the Honey Badger.
Honey Badger don't care.
Now, on with the show.
HB, are you ready?
I'm ready, T-Bone.
All right, it's 2019, and it's if unique is what you seek, it's Dr. Pepper Park this year. And we're here with Waynette Anderson. Waynette, thanks for hosting us.
Thank you for coming.
And there's someone in the background, Miss Kim Billings. So, hey, Kim.
Kimberly, holding it together.
That's
Could
right.
not do it without Kimberly.
Still holding it together.
Yes.
So you guys do a great job every year. I think
Thank
Dr. Pepper Park's been in operation since 2015.
Yep, this is our 5th year.
And you evolve, don't you?
Yeah.
You evolve based on what you think the audience wants and
Sure.
what they want to see and hear and all that
We're,
stuff.
we're trying to fill a niche and really serve the portion of the community that they're not getting the entertainment that they want at various venues or music series. So we're just trying to fill in the holes in the entertainment in this market. And because of the flexibility of our event space and the capacity, we're able to do that.
And if I've been to Dr. Pepper Park a few times, but if you've never been there, it's a beautiful location. It's right beside the Roanoke River, and at nighttime you're right underneath the Mill
the
Mountain
star illuminates. It's just beautiful. It really is peaceful. Even though I'm usually working really hard when I'm there, it's just relaxing. People feel like, whoa, I don't even feel like I'm in Roanoke. I feel like I'm out of town on vacation or something. So
That's a good point because it's just nestled in there at
Yeah.
the bridges.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah,
And
they
it's-
love it.
And it's right off of, what street is that off of?
Jefferson, South Jefferson. We were thrilled last year that we were honored to receive the WSLS award for the top live music venue. And we were voted by the viewers of WSLS. They nominated all the venues they wanted, and then they started voting, and that lasted for 1 or 2 weeks, I believe. So when they notified us to let us know that, we were extremely honored, and there were so many great venues that were also nominated. And they said, listen, Waynette, it wasn't close. Like, your venue got 40% of the votes. So it wasn't marginal. Like, it was overwhelming, and we were thrilled. Like,
Woohoo!
so
High five.
We'll cheer our own
Yes.
horn. So we were really excited about that. So the people who come there, we see a lot of familiar faces. Of course, they tell their friends, they bring them. We find that once people have made the effort to find the location and enjoy an event, they keep coming back. They're like, I'm not going to miss a show.
Right.
So we've managed to build our attendance. Like, our average attendance for our Flashback Friday series used to be around 400 or 500, and now it's between 1,500 and 2,000. So it's really, it's really getting up there because people like to come back.
But you mentioned Flashback Fridays. Touch on that. Elaborate on that just a little bit more, Waynette. Tell us for people who don't know what that is.
Yeah, Flashback Fridays, it is our most popular concert series. And what we do is we hire the top national and in some cases international touring tribute artists. So these aren't cover bands. So That's
No.
a big misconception. This cover bands play somebody else's music, but in any bar. But these are tribute artists, so they look like them, sound like them, play just like them, walk like them, talk like them. I remember 2 years, was it last year or year before? I think it was last year. We had the Diary of an Oz Man.
Yeah.
Everybody swore it was Ozzy Osbourne.
Because he looked like it.
Hey, well, he stayed in character the whole time, from the minute I met him until the minute he left.
With
he
the accent?
Yeah, he never broke character ever, and it was just hilarious. But they were great, and people love it. It's a $15 ticket, so it's affordable. So you get the full band experience. You know all the songs, and of course the bands are emulating these artists at the height of their career. So some of these artists are still alive and still touring, but of course their voice isn't what it used to be, or they can't play guitar like they used to, or whatever. So this is, a band that's emulate them at the height of their career when they were younger.
And I think the first one you have coming up, well, first of all, let me say this. It's like the Hall of Fame you have lined up this year, isn't it? It's an all-star lineup.
It is. Well, we've got some bands that are coming back for their second and third appearance at Dr. Pepper Park. And the community, once they embrace these artists, they want to see them over and over again. They really love them, and they beg us to bring them back. So this year we've got some new acts as well. So we're bringing in.
Well, I think Prince is your first.
Prince
one.
is our first
now,
one.
Tell us a little bit about that one. That's coming up first. Now, this guy, I remember Prince from the '80s videos. Have you seen any videos of this guy? How he performs?
Yes. Well, I vet all of the acts, and I'm a bit of an '80s expert. So, I mean, literally, if I'm watching a video and they mess a lyric up or miss a note in a popular song, I mean, they're out. Like, if they don't look like, sound like, play like, I just won't, no matter what the agent's telling me,
Right.
like, I'm just not going to bring them to our venue. So Prince was probably my most challenging to find someone that could sing like him,
That's
dance
right.
like him, and most importantly, play the guitar like him. You know,
And wear purple like him.
exactly. I always say that's the only man that could, like, Prince was the only man that could put on eyeliner, lipstick, and heels and still steal your woman from you.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only man. He just had sex appeal. He could do anything.
He
So,
made it work.
I mean, the thing about, Prince, when he passed away, a lot like Elvis, you get a wide variety of people trying to pull that off. But now Dean Ford and the Beautiful Ones, they've been doing the Prince tribute act for years. So this is not a new development. But it was very difficult to find someone that was, Prince pretty, good looking,
Right. Yeah.
had the build,
Yeah.
could play. There were a lot of them that looked good and could sing, but there weren't any like Dean Ford that could play the guitar, dance, sing, and had the on-stage presence
Persona.
that Prince had. So people are really excited, and it's a little outside of the box for what our typical genre is for Flashback Fridays, because we kind of stick with 70s and 80s rock.
Right.
But everybody
Yep.
from the 70s and 80s that knows music respects Prince as the musical genius that he was. I mean, he wrote so many songs for so many artists. A lot of people
That's
don't
right.
know that. Like, he wrote for the Bangles,
Bangles.
and
Manic Monday.
yeah, and
Sinead
Hazy
O'Connor.
Shade of Winter, I think he wrote that as well. So, I mean, he's written for tons of artists. A lot of people don't know that. But especially guitarists, respect him. And we're actually, you get 2 for 1 on that show, because we're bringing in a print of the Police tribute is going to open for them. And they're actually a local band that has a cover band called Radio Rehab, but then they also have a new project. Actually, they've been doing it 3 years, called The Heat, and it's a Police tribute, and they're brilliant. So they're going to open for Prince. It's hard to find a band to open for Prince. I thought, well, gosh, the Police have mass appeal as well, kind of that same era. So
That's
anyway.
going to be a whammer jammer
Yeah,
night there.
I'm excited.
Now, when is that? Is that in June or May?
It's May 10th.
May 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Prince, I think a lot of rock and roll people like him, or rock people like me, is his guitar work was exceptional.
Yes.
He kind of did it all.
Yes.
He had kind of some funk sound and rock, and it all worked. I know I was a big fan, and I'm a rock person
Yeah.
from 70s, 80s.
Well, I think I really
90s.
like a Purple Rain, like, just takes me back. Like,
Yes.
that whole album and the movie, like, just really takes me back to when I was in high school. So I think that's how music does it. It just transport you back, like the hot tub time machine. We need to get a hot tub time machine at Dr. Pepper Park.
That's your next project.
Wouldn't that be
what
great?
A neat idea.
A VIP.
Yeah, hot tub
Yes.
time machine.
Bam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I think
We won't have any security issues with that at all, will we? No.
make it happen.
Yeah. So it's Flashback Fridays is the second Friday of every month. Starts in May, ends in October. So we're bringing in, the next up is Aerosmith. Aerosmith
Nice.
tribute.
Now, I remember Aerosmith from like 8 tracks, 1975, Toys
Yeah.
in the Attic. So that goes back a long ways for me.
Well, do you remember what revitalized their career?
Was it Walk This Way?
Yeah. So they
With
partnered
Run
with Run
DMC?
DMC,
With Run DMC,
which of
yeah.
course was very, topical, and everybody was really, it was a whole movement, and everybody was listening to rap music and break dancing, and all of that was really popular. And they said, hey, let's two worlds collide. It was like, what's that show called where they, two different types of artists like get together and sing? I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of like that. Like, just do polar
I don't know if it's a
opposites.
voice or-
Let's get together and make it work,
Yeah.
And then that just revitalized
But
them.
Aerosmith had some albums in the '90s too that were big. So,
Yep.
"Love in the Elevator," the songs,
Yeah.
cars that were
Yeah.
real popular.
And
Crying.
So
Yeah.
Aerosmith's coming in.
But that guy,
that'd be a good show.
the lead singer for that group, has some local connections. His brother actually lives in Salem, which is cool. But Nathan is extremely talented. When he goes out in public, people think that he's Steven Tyler. Like, he can pull
wow.
that off. Like, people approach him and ask him for autographs. He's just amazing to watch in concert. I mean, he was jumping up on the speakers. He was with the cordless mic running out into the crowd. I don't know how he kept that energy level up. I was just so worried. I was like, don't fall. But I mean, he was great. But we had trouble getting him back because he's actually become the front man for the band Lynch Mob. George Lynch, who was the original guitarist with Dokken, was no longer with Dokken. I understand they might be getting back together, but he formed his own band called Lynch Mob, and Nathan is the lead singer, the front man for that band. So since he's on a national act format now, they don't do a whole lot of the Pandora's Box Aerosmith tribute any longer. So we're very blessed to be able to get them to come back because it'll be a big show.
And I think the one that follows that is one that was here last year, Rumors, Fleetwood Mac.
Same name, different band.
Okay.
Actually, this band they're so awesome. We're going to be flying them from California, and all of the musicians in this band are actors and actresses, and they just are just an amazing group. So the Rumors that had been here before was from Atlanta, and they did a great job. Unfortunately, their touring schedule didn't allow them to fit with our schedule this year. We did try to get them back, and we weren't able to, but an agent hooked me up with this band in California, and they've written and produced a play about the life and times of Fleetwood Mac that they star in. They act and sing and everything. They're not going to be doing that at Dr. Pepper Park. They're just going to be doing the music. But it's brilliant, and they hope to get it to Broadway, but they're performing that in Los Angeles right now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to that, and I
Yeah.
know that's probably a very popular Friday night for you guys to have Fleetwood
Yeah,
Mac.
it will sell out.
Yeah.
It just about sold out. I think we were about 60 tickets away from a complete sellout. It was wonderful and wild. And the thing about Fleetwood Mac music, we didn't want to disappoint Dr. Pepper Park fans by not having a Fleetwood Mac tribute because the music is just so special.
Yep.
But you could look out of the crowd and see like 3-4 generations of one family sitting there enjoying music together, and that's powerful. Like the music can span that many decades and touch so many people.
Oh yeah, Fleetwood Mac goes back so far, it's 70s.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then you have this band I've never heard of, Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, just a little band. And they performed back when the series was called Throwback Thursdays. And they've been very difficult to get back on our schedule because they're booked just about every night of the week. They are incredible. Like, if you're a Led Zeppelin fan, why wouldn't you be? They're just amazing. I remember when the lead singer came the first time. The lead singer just kind of, stereotypical lead singer, just, it's me. Don't you know who I am? And I didn't know. I've never seen him perform. I'd just seen like the videos, so just little snippets. And of course, the agent recommended them and said that they were great. So I was all right, I'll trust him. And after the show, I remember him coming down the stage ramp, looking at me like, "Are you impressed now?" And I was like, I couldn't even talk. I was so starstruck. I was like, I've been talking to him all day. But then after I saw him perform, I was like, oh my God. Because I've seen Robert Plant live, and he was better than Robert Plant. Like, it was so good. I was like, this is incredible. So you definitely want to see that one.
That'll be a big one. Do you remember when that is?
Yeah, that's on June. When is it? August 9th.
August 9th.
Yep, that's August 9th.
All right, and then after that, I think you've got another return, Tom Petty.
Yep, Tom Petty tribute. That one will probably sell out too, so you want to get your tickets because that was packed. They actually played for us the 2 weeks after Tom Petty passed, but we had, of course, had them booked since that January without knowing, obviously.
Now, does he sound like, Tom Petty had a unique sound?
Yes. Talking to him, you wouldn't think. He's a younger guy. His name's Jonathan. Extremely talented. But when he sings, it's just magic. It's just magic.
I'm a big Tom Petty fan, so
yeah.
I look forward to that.
Well, he was pretty emotional the first time that they played. So they've been twice. Because it was their first performance, after Tom Petty passed away.
Right.
One thing I can tell you that's really awesome about this band, two things. They've never raised the price on me, which they're certainly within their rights to do that.
Yeah.
Because they're in demand. That's what happens with these bands. But then second thing is last year they were kind enough to move their date because we had a hurricane in Roanoke that was really supposed to be severe weather, and it did end up raining the entire day, so we made the right decision. But they agreed to move their date to October, so we ended up having 2 Flashback Fridays in October as a result. But a lot of bands will not move dates, or their schedule won't permit that, and they made a special trip. And I was like, thank you, I really appreciate your help, but by the way, I can't even get you a hotel room because we have a Virginia Tech game the next day and everything's sold out within 60 miles. And they said, that's okay, Waynette, just find us someplace down 81, like an hour. Just the nicest, most down-to-earth guys you ever met.
Well, before we get to the last Flashback Friday act, did the bands ever give you feedback like that when they perform here? Do they ever say, wow, we like this place?
Like the
Oh, they
venue
love,
and
yeah,
all
they
that.
love it.
Yeah.
They love it. It's really what people like about Dr. Pepper Park is that it's a consistent, guest-focused experience, and we like to keep things very intimate. So we don't they're right up on the stage,
Right.
and the bands like that. They like the energy that it creates. We don't have any chairs. If you want to bring a chair, you can bring one. Most people bring their chair, but then they end up standing up the whole time because they're like, I didn't know it was going to be this great,
Yeah.
to dance the whole time. So you can bring your own chair. We also have chairs for rent. So, but people really like that. So the
they
bands
get-
love it.
And they get right up close to the stage, and there's just that energy. They feed off each other.
Yeah. And the other thing with Flashback artists is that they always stay after the show and sign autographs, which is great because people just, they don't know what to expect sometimes.
Can you get your picture made with them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're very approachable. They're very easy to work with. And that may or may not be the case with some national acts. So, like with the tribute acts, they're definitely awesome and so appreciative of everything that you do for them. So we really like working with them. And then our last Flashback of the year is another return from this past year, and we're bringing in Kiss America. And that I was like, I don't, there's a lot of Kiss fans. I didn't know what to expect. But it was wonderful. I've seen Kiss live 3 times over the years. But our show, we had face painters and everything, and people brought the kids, and all the kids had the Kiss makeup. People showed up dressed up in their favorite Kiss character.
Like Peter Criss or Paul Stanley, like the stars.
Yes. But what was so cool is most of the shows, people show up. It's kind of like church. They kind of sit back from the stage. They go sit back, and then they start
As the music.
Brings them.
them.
And they feel good, and then next thing you know, they're up at the front of the stage, and you can't even get near the stage. But Kiss, as soon as the gates open, we had a line, and they made a beeline for the stage. They were right up on the stage for the opening act through the day. But what was so impressive is that Kiss America brought all the kids on stage for their final song of the night.
Gosh.
And they played Rock and Roll All Night. And all the kids were lined up. The whole stage, which is 60 feet, was just lined with kids with makeup, with the Kiss Army. They call them the Kiss Army, future Kiss fans. And so it was just really special. It was really special.
Where are you going to see something like that?
Yeah, well, you can see Kiss on their final tour, but you're going to pay $300 a ticket probably to see them. So to get that experience for $15 is great. But,
And get your kid up on stage, too.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
and this band, I'm telling you, they're the hardest working band in show business. They got there at 8 o'clock in the morning. They're out of Florida. And they had stayed the night before. and they got there at 8 o'clock in the morning. When we left the venue, like I'm leaving at 12:30, like after midnight, they are still there working because their stage setup is so extensive. And then it takes them 3 hours to get ready.
So they bring it. They're all in.
Bring it. And their equipment, had to hire security guards to stand on the stage the entire day. Because if you follow KISS or you're a KISS fan, they're very particular, specific. Everything has to be very authentic. The amps have to be this. And, where's this guitar? And they've got Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. They have all the specialty line of their guitars. And so, like, some of the guitars they had on stage were like $15,000. And, it just racks and racks of stuff and very, very expensive. So we had to have somebody, guarding that the whole day. And, they got ready. But I kept trying to feed the guys, like, let me get you some food. No, we gotta get this right. Gotta make sure. And they were just consummate professionals. Like the whole day, I was like, you guys I was not a KISS fan before this show. Yeah. Honestly, had no idea what went into it.
You got to respect that.
Yes.
Totally respected it.
Do they do the fire thing?
Yes. Yes. The guy that plays Gene Simmons is Neil Davis. He's a wonderful person. Yeah. Very, very humble. And he does the fire and blood and all that. The crowd just went crazy. And I missed that part of the show. Luckily, I have a great photographer, Patrick Perkins, that captured it all. But I was like, that was what I wanted to see. But I was busy doing something when that happened. So
that finishes your Flashback Fridays. Yeah. But you have a band, Tesla, coming in.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if everybody remembers Tesla, but that's a rock band from the late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah. They're still touring. They've been opening with Def Leppard for the past 2 years. They have huge hits. Their hits were more the softer side of Tesla, more power ballad stuff.
Like Love Song.
Love Song and What You Give. Yeah. Signs, of course, was a remake, but it was really popular, and that was a charted top 10. Yeah. My all-time favorite Tesla song is Modern Day Cowboy, the guitar, and that's just so excited. But I saw them open for Def Leppard a couple of years running, and I found myself like almost disappointed when the next act came on because they were such high energy and better than when I saw them back in 1987 on the Hysteria tour with Def Leppard.
And Def Leppard's your favorite band.
They're my favorite band, so that's saying a lot, right?
I
was like, I need more Tesla in my life. So they didn't know they were auditioning for me personally, but they were. And so anyway, I called up their agent. I'm like, I want to get Tesla to Roanoke. I think it will be huge. And anybody who's seen them in the past 3 years will agree they're even better than they were in the 80s. And they actually have some new songs that they just put out. Sort of different. It's not like the older Tesla stuff. It sort of reminds me a little bit of Everclear. Everclear
big
feel.
Everclear fan.
Yeah, so I think people will like it. I'm sure they're going to play some of those songs as well.
And when's Tesla play?
Tesla's on June the 7th, and it's a Friday night, and they're going to be bringing an act to open with them, and we haven't announced that yet, but we'll be announcing at least 2 additional national act concerts. I was hoping to make that announcement today, but as national acts go, I don't have it confirmed yet, so but we'll know, and one of them is rock and one is country.
Nice. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for that. But you've got an all-star lineup already, like I said.
Thank you.
So the other acts that I associate with Dr. Pepper Park, DPP, the Cornhole, Star City Cornhole thing. Now that's coming up in April, right?
Yes, April 27th. It's on a Saturday this year. We're the Guinness World Record holding cornhole tournament for the Star City. Star City Cornhole is the largest cornhole tournament in the world. And nobody's challenged that yet, so we still have the world record. So people come from all over the country, and they stay for like 2-3 days in Roanoke. So it's great for our local economy, and we actually have a pro and a social division. So if people are intimidated that some of the pros are coming, I'm not going to win, just come out, enjoy it, because we're giving away the top 3 teams are going to win cash and prizes in the social and pro brackets, and all of that information can be accessed on our website, drpepperpark.com, or you can go to the event page, Star City Cornhole Tournament.
Very good.
Okay.
And then if wings are your thing,
And they should be.
and they should be,
Yeah.
They are.
They do.
there
Love
is Wing Fest.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
10-year anniversary of the
Whoa.
Roanoke Wing Fest.
That's a
So,
big one.
yeah. Last year we set the largest attendance record that we have had with over 8,000 people. So we're even taking it to the next level this year. We're bringing in the Bridges band and the Works. And we're doing something new this year. We're doing an eating contest, which we've never done. We had the first of the preliminary contest last night at Top Dogs, and we're going to be announcing additional contests at our local wingeries to qualify the contestants that will then go on to compete at the 10-year anniversary of the Roanoke Wing Fest.
Is that all the chicken wings you can eat? Is that
20, with those contests, we have 20, which is a lot of wings. And they're not all flats either, so it's a lot of food.
Right.
So anyway, it took us a little longer than we thought to get through the contest last night. But so each person, whoever eats the 20 wings the fastest, that's who goes on to qualify.
It sounds like the 4th of July Coney Island hot dog eating contest.
Yes, that's the most famous eating competition there is.
But you guys are coming in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, we are.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we are. I'm sure that the Buffalo Wing Festival in Buffalo, New York, I'm sure that they have an eating contest. I don't know. There's an eating contest all over the country, and we looked at bringing in some of the big eating stars, and they were like $10,000 to get one of them. And I said, you know what? I bet that our local wing eaters and wing lovers are going to do better than them. So let's just bring it back to where it started. It's a local food festival. It is Roanoke's largest one-day food festival.
That's
So
right.
we're very, very proud of that, and we appreciate everybody's support over the years.
And you have, I think, local vendors who you can get samples of their chicken wings, and then if you like them, you can support them
Right.
in the future.
Yeah, usually when you go to a restaurant, you have to order like 8 or 12, or and so you don't get a chance to try all the different sauces and the methods of cooking. This past year, we sold out of vendor spaces. So if you're interested in coming to that, you want to make sure you sign up early. So we have wings. Of course, wing is the king that day, but we also have food for people who maybe don't eat chicken wings or that's not their favorite. I don't know what's wrong with those people, but we try to make them happy anyway. And we got stuff for kids, like if kids don't want to eat wings, hot dogs or whatever. So there's something for everybody, but you can try sample sizes, and then you can go back and go, I really like those. And we do the best wing contest, the judged contest early. We do it right when the gates open so that we can announce the winners a couple hours into the festival. That way, people are like, I want to try, they won, I want to try theirs, or they came in third, or whatever,
Right.
That's
It helps the vendors with their business as
Sure.
well.
Exactly. Well, as we wrap up, I'm going to give you the last word, but I want to compliment you on the website, the Dr. Pepper Park at the Bridges
Thank
website.
you.
It is so simple to go through, and you can look and see what acts are coming. You can order tickets very easily. Then you've got a nice video where you talk about a VIP deck and a VIP skybox. I didn't know those even existed.
Yeah.
So very well done.
Thank you very much. Well, we thought it was important because we have a lot of out-of-town guests that haven't been to the venue. They want to know where to buy their ticket. And so I think it's important for people to see what they're getting. We don't want them to be disappointed if they're not close enough to the stage or if they're too close to the stage. So we want to make sure that we're managing that. And Lee Media helped me develop that website, and he came up with the idea to populate the Facebook event pages directly on the front. So then that way, if we need to make any changes, we just do it one time on the Facebook event page, and we don't have to, we got to make a change on the website, or we forgot to do it here. So it's been great, and we like to provide a lot of information for our guests. So again, we're very, very guest focused.
Well, you do. So I'll give you the last word, Waynette. It's been a lot of fun today, but anything else you want to highlight before we head out of here?
Well, we just want to, make sure that you like us on Facebook at Dr. Pepper Park at the Bridges on Facebook. You can access all the events from that page, but we make our concert announcements there first. You can sign up to get our email blast on our website, drpepperpark.com. Those folks get first right to buy tickets, VIPs, meet and greets. They get to buy them a day before they go on sale to the general public, so that's a benefit. And then, of course, you can buy tickets and check out new things at Dr. Pepper Park at drpepperpark.com.
Bam.
All right.
All right, HB, you and I need to go get on as a road crew for Led Zeppelin before they get here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You will not be disappointed, I promise.
Thank you, Waynette. Thank you, Kim. We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you.